Folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for the Durham area for September 22nd. In this report, I'm going to tell you what I expect you should expect for the rest of the fall market. A quick thank you to those of you that are using the link to my calendar in the description to reach out to me. You know, it's a simple way to communicate. I want to be available when you want to talk. So if you just go into the description below, click on the calendar, book a time that's suitable for you if you want to reach out and talk to me about anything related to real estate. This way I'll know ahead of time and I'll make sure I'm available and we could talk about whatever's on your mind. Let's get into the numbers here. I'm going to talk about in this report the Peel area in particular. I'm going to talk about Mississauga and Brampton, and I'm going to talk about Durham. I'm putting Ajax, Pickering, and Whitby into one area. And I'm going to tell you what I think you should expect and be prepared for the rest of the fall season. Okay, so here we go. In blue, we've got Mississauga. Now, prices did go up in Mississauga. We've got Brampton here in orange. Prices have come down. And in Durham, yeah, you could say prices have come down. But let me tell you, if you're looking to buy, you shouldn't get too excited about these numbers. Let me show you. Okay, so Mississauga's on the board. Just detached properties. That's all I'm looking at. So sales did go up. And we do expect sales to go up in the fall. But it's also related to listings and it's related to prices. Well, sales did go up by 10 units, so we sold 75 detached properties in Mississauga for week ending September 22nd. Not a huge difference. It's more than what we were doing in July and August, but a little bit less than what we were doing in June. So sales went up, but not by that much. Of those 75, here's a remarkable number. 20 of those sold for $2 million or more. So it seems like the luxury properties in Mississauga, the buyers kind of said, this is the week we're going to buy the luxury properties. And that shot the average sold price up to $1,672,000, which is just about $30,000 shy from the record of $1,703,000. So even though we're a little bit lower, not by that much, and average sold price did go up, and it's quite significant, but still, if it's lower, it's still sitting around 1.6, even if it adjusts a little bit. Prices are high. If you're a seller, get excited. If you're a buyer, maybe get in before prices go higher, or if you think they're coming down, wait. It's a tough call. It's really a tough call. But either way, I'm going to show you're also going to be competing quite a bit. We're sitting at, as far as average sold price goes, 30% higher than last year's average sold price. Again, I'm just talking about Mississauga right now, detached properties. Of the 75 that we sold, 67% sold at list price or more. The week before was 74. The week before that was 63. So into the 70s and in the 60s, it seems like it's bouncing back and forth. You're not going to really feel the change out there one week to the next, but there is a change. When we look at listings, well, the orange, that's this year's number. The blue is last year's number for the same week ending. And if we just look at the orange, listings have gone up for the fall. They went up to 79, then they went up to 130. We were hoping they'd go up again, and we kind of expecting listings to go up again, but they came down last week. That's going to make the market a little bit tighter. So sales went up a little bit, listings came down. The available properties for sale came down a little bit. What does that do for months of inventory? It comes down. We're sitting at 0.6 months of inventory. So Mississauga, over the last few weeks, months of inventory has been coming down. The market is getting tighter. What I mean by that, it's getting harder and harder to find properties. There's less properties available for sale. The buyers are there. If listings all of a sudden tripled, we're going to see way more sales being done because there's more properties to choose from and buyers want to buy. But if there's one property in the neighborhood and 20 people want to buy it, one person's going to buy, 19 are waiting for other properties. So as months of inventory come down, you're going to continue to see prices either stay the same or go up. That's what's happening in Mississauga. Very tight, very strong, healthy pricing. Prices are staying high in Mississauga. Let's look at Brampton. So sales sitting at 95, and there's no real major difference from the summer to now. Come I guess the end of June, sales kind of have tapered off, and 95, 96 kind of seems the norm for right now. So, but we did expect sales to come up a little bit, and they're really not. 5 of those properties sold at $2 million or more. Average sold price is sitting at $1,252,000. That's high. The record for Brampton is $1,343,000. That's the record average sold price. We are $90,000 or so shy of that. You're not going to really feel that. Compared to last year, we're sitting at 30% higher than last year's average sold price. That's for the week, but if we look back, 25, 34, 30, 31% is about the norm as far as appreciation, average sold price from last year to this year. Of the 95 that were sold, 75% sold at list price or more. Very competitive. The week before was 80%, then 75, then 85. You're not going to really feel that difference. If you're on the market and you're looking to buy, you're a buyer right now going through Brampton, you're not going to feel the difference one week to the next as far as the competition factor goes and trying to buy properties. Here's where I see that there could be some relief, but not really. We expect listings to go up, to go higher, and they have gone up, but you won't really feel the difference. They went from 105 to 135, and we thought, well, that's pretty good as an extra 30 or so listings out there. If they can just continue to go up, and they did go up, but they went up to 147, not a material difference. We need to see 200 listings, 190 listings. That's what we're looking for. It's just not happening. They have gone up, but not to the extent that we were kind of hoping. What does that do? Months of inventory stays the same. It's sitting at 0.4 months of inventory. So sales have gone up, but not really. Listings have gone up, but not by much. Months of inventory is sitting there still at 0.4. Days on market, though, has been coming down. It's now sitting on average days on market for listings is now sitting at 8, just over a week of being on the market. And as long as months of inventory is this low, prices are going to stay high. Sure, there'll be fluctuations week to week, but they're still going to be high. Let's look at the Durham area. This is just, it's really, it's nuts what's happening in some of these markets right now. Looking at sales, we were at 79. We sold 79 detached properties in the Ajax, Pickering, and Whitby area last week for week ending September 22nd. And 79 is not a big difference from what we were doing in the fall. A little bit higher, what we were doing in the summer as far as sales goes. It's a little bit higher, but not by much. 3 sold at $2 million or more. Now, average sold price is sitting at $1,218,000. The record was $1,120,000 just a couple weeks back. Average sold price came down from $1,220,000. It came down by about $500 the previous week. It's come down now another maybe $2,000 since then for this week. You're not going to really feel that difference. We're still sitting at record prices. Compared to last year, we're sitting at 37% higher than last year's average sold price. And if you kind of look back over the last several months, 30% seems to be about the norm as far as the increase in average sold price one year to the next, and it's pretty consistent. It's not a one-off. And the gap over the last, say, month and a half or so, the gap between last year and this year seems to be widening with each week. Of the 79 that sold, 91% sold at list price or more. If you're looking to buy, the advice your realtor should be giving you up front is how to deal in a multiple offer situation, because chances are good, 91% chance, you're going to be competing on that property. So you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared to, what's the strategy? And there is a strategy. Just putting an offer and throwing it in and seeing what happens, I guess that's a strategy. It's probably not a very effective strategy though. So you need a proper strategy when you're competing in this market. Make sure you're working with the realtor that's experienced in this and can guide you. And the best time to guide you is up front before you're in the thick of things, like early on in the buyer presentation when you're talking about who to hire as your realtor. That's when this conversation should be going on. We listed only 90. We have listings here, correct? So listings actually came down from the previous week. We're hoping listings go up. We're expecting listings to go up. I've been saying for a while in August, we expect more listings. And for the first 2 weeks in September, I was right. I'm not so right anymore. Listings have come down in the Durham area when we expect them to go up. That's bringing months of inventory down to 0.2. That's 2 weeks of inventory. Average days on market is even lower than what it's been before. It's now sitting at 7. I know I sound like a broken record, but as long as months of inventory are this low, prices are going to stay where they are. You're not going to see any real price relief. A second ago I mentioned, if you're looking to buy, you should be working with a good realtor. If you're looking to sell, absolutely any realtor right now can sell the property. And depending on your pricing strategy, if your price is low, sell over asking, you'll get lots of showings. But to really maximize on that, if you're a seller, you want to, why sell for 1.5 when you can get 1.550? The right realtor is going to get you more money for that house in the same market as a realtor that's not so strong at that. So strategy matters, whether you're selling, whether you're buying, and there's different strategy, obviously, on either side of that. Here's the summary. 0.6 months of inventory for Mississauga. That came down from the previous week. Brampton has stayed the same at 0.4. And the Durham area has come down from the previous week. It's now sitting at 0.2 months of inventory. Very tight market. There's no real significant price relief. And we are expecting more of the same, at least for the next 3, 4, 5 weeks. My name is Santo Sessa with Remax Premier. If I could be of service, please reach out to me. Have a great day.